Hey folks, Crazy Clown Radio here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 2 in our 20 from 1990 series, and this is an incredibly brutal beat-em-up. I love the hell out of this game. Some other people might not have liked this as much as me. This was created by Technos Japan Corporation, and it is called the Combatribes. Combatribes probably is how it's probably pronounced, but this was also credited to American Technos Incorporated. But this could be played, I think, up to 2 players at once. No more than that, even though the control panel is suited for like 3 players. I think you can only play 2 players at once, but you can select from 3 different characters. Man, this game was so awesome. It had great sound effects, so many different brutal moves your characters can make. And now notice that the gangs that you fight are a hell of a lot shorter than you are. Your guys are big. And the 3 different characters you can select from are BERSERKER, and he's clad in blue. He has a blonde mullet. There is BULLOVA, who is clad in yellow. He is strong but slow, and BERSERKER is a balanced fighter. There is also a guy clad in red, and his name is BLITZ, and he is fast, but he is the weakest. This game has not a life bar, but a digital counter for your life. And you'll see it at the top left. And as you keep putting credits in and pressing, I think, the action button, you will add to your life. And you can have a maximum of like 9,999. We'll give myself a lot of life credits to start out. You have a punch and you have a kick. And you can press both of those buttons together to run. And you will run right through the enemies and knock them over, which is pretty nice. You definitely have a strength advantage. When an enemy gets really close to you and you keep pressing the attack buttons, you will probably grab them. And you do not have to keep pressing the attack button or the punch button. So you can just hold the enemies like that, and you can move about and then just kind of throw them at your leisure. Kind of nice. But the enemies are much weaker than you are. There will be times when you can throw things like motorcycles. Eventually, their boss will show up. And you gotta watch out so you don't get hit. The guy with the big old 2x4 on one of the motorcycles, that is the boss. And he will eventually join the fight. And do not get within range of his 2x4. He definitely knows how to use it. Man, you can smash an enemy's face on the ground. You can pick them up by the legs and swing them around and throw them. You can splat 2 enemies' heads together. God, this game is so cool. Oh, I love it. When facing this guy, try to kind of get in close and punch before he gets to exactly your plane. And you can knock off his weapon or knock his weapon out of his hands. You can also kick an enemy while they're down. You can kick an enemy. Again, you can pick up their leg or pick them up by the legs and swing them around, and that'll hurt enemies that are in the way. Now, these various settings that we have, the various acts, are different settings in New York. This is like a Coney Island fair, and the first stage was Times Square. I've never been to Eastern New York, just Western New York to see a Buffalo Bills preseason game. I definitely like the blue-collar Western New York. But we have clowns from the fair attacking you. The ones in polka dot outfits, they have bowling pins, and they can smack you around with them, and they can jump on you and hit you with the bowling pins. There are also Joker type of enemies. Now, if you're wondering how to do the different moves, if you want to swing an opponent around by their legs, knock them down first and then walk over by their legs and press the punch button. And if you want to smash their face into the ground, go over to their prone body and push down and attack, and you will splat their face on the ground. Any item that you can pick up and use against the enemies, do so. Really want to take them out as quickly as you can. And we have this very Karnov-like fire breather here. Same thing with the guy with the 2x4. Try to get in close. Well, you don't have to actually fight him yet. He'll go up higher on this structure here. But you'll want to get in close from a different plane to attack him. You can also stomp on the enemy by pressing, I think, down and the kick button, and you'll jump and stomp on their back. Just awesome brutality in this game. I really enjoy it. And there's a face smash. And to do that, I think you have to keep attacking an enemy with the punch button while another enemy comes from behind, and then you'll reach behind and grab the guy's face behind you and splat them together. Pretty awesome. Now be careful, he can breathe fire. The more you beat him up, the shorter his range will be. You just got barely a little bit of room to maneuver, to move up and down. Use that to your advantage. Get on a different plane than this guy and punch just before he gets to your plane. Now, if the enemy if the boss has too much energy left, and you try to like pick them up or something, they can shove you off of them. And now this third stage takes place at like a dance club roller rink, and you have roller skaters trying to smack you around with are those pipes? And you can pick up the pinball machines and attack the enemies with them. This game is so cool in its brutality. I love it. Now note that when the skaters get to your plane, they are going to try to do a jump attack, and you might be able to hit them with your kicks. One thing I really like about Berserker, the character, is that his legs are nice and long, and you can really keep enemies at bay with them. Now, one thing you want to do once you are able to knock a skater down is grab them by the legs when they're down and swing them around and take out other skating enemies. These guys can get very, very annoying if you let them knock you around as they're skating about. So do whatever you can to try to take as many of them out as quickly as you can. Now note that you are timed. At the top center there's a timer that's ticking down. Sometimes it can be generous, and sometimes it can be pretty cruel. If you run out of time, no matter how much life digits you have left, it's game over. And you'll have to continue. You'll continue right where you left off.
but it's very annoying because sometimes you get like 300 seconds, sometimes you get 400 seconds. This stage or act only has 300 seconds, and it could have really used 400. And I ran out of time on this one. These skaters can be a real pain in the ass. Like I said, try to swing them by their legs and take out as many of them as you can, because that timer is very, very strict. Again, if you're attacking an enemy and they manage to get close to you, you can grab them, and I think if you press the attack button again, you'll hoist them over yourself like you're about ready to throw them, and then you press the attack button again, and then you throw them. So you don't have to throw them right away. You can just pick them up and carry them around and walk around while you've got them in your arms. Kind of cool. And yeah, I'm starting to run low on time, and then this guy is hard to it's hard to predict where he's gonna be. Yeah, this level just doesn't have enough time. It sucks. But the boss of this stage, hey, damn it. There we go. Take that. And now we're prompted to move over here. The boss of this stage has a big old sledgehammer. And there he is. And he does not drop his sledgehammer, I don't believe. That sucks. This guy could be a pain in the ass, especially when you're running out of time like I am. And he can really swing it super, super, super fast. But that'll tire him out a bit. A number of the enemies of the bosses can do super fast strikes, and they can be super damaging, and you watch your life digits drop real quick. I decided not to continue here. It says, "You coward, get out." But we will see me pick up where I left off pretty much in just a moment here. Yeah, I saw this at numerous arcades back in the day. Loved it, just loved it. And we are going to play two-player simultaneous play with BULLOVA, I believe his name is. Yeah, the guy that's clad in yellow. Again, BERSERKER is clad in blue, and he is kind of your balanced character. And BULLOVA is clad in yellow, and he is strong but slow. And BLITZ is clad in red, and he is fast but weakest. The characters do almost all the same moves. They may act a little different when they're running. When you are running by tapping left or right twice in a row, or pressing A and B together, then you can do another attack while you're running. And that is where the characters differ in their moves. They can also maybe differ in their moves when they're doing a combination attack, when you're attacking an enemy 3 times quickly. BULLOVA does a big old uppercut, and BERSERKER does like a big old cross when he's doing the combo attack. You will notice the strength difference with BULLOVA over BERSERKER. BULLOVA will swing the enemies much quicker when he picks them up by their leg when they're prone and swings them around. And he does a swinging punch when he does a running move and then an attack. And the boss in this baseball stadium stage is a Native American Indian, and he's got a big old tomahawk, and he can hit you with it several times in a row and cause ridiculous damage. Something I did not yet mention is that if you play 2-player simultaneous play, yeah, that really hurts. If you play 2-player simultaneous play, then the players can hurt each other. So try to stand on different planes, or one operate on the left side of the stage and one operate on the right side of the stage, or one at the top and one at the bottom. It's generally a good rule of thumb to try to move up or down as you attack, and try to attack where you think that the boss character will start walking to. It just takes a while, but it's often a strategy that works on a lot of beat 'em up games. There we've beaten the bad guy, Native American Indian, with the big old tomahawk, and you can knock the tomahawk out of their hands. And try to do that if you can, because it's really damaging. And now we go to a big old high-rise, and there will be these military troops. Now, at this point, if you grab an enemy when they're close, they will slash you. So try to use maybe your kicks from far away, so that doesn't happen. And also, these guys with the rifles, they can shoot you. Not very often, but once in a while, they'll take a shot at you. And we go into the elevator, and we have to fight these two guys, and I'm out of energy. We will see me play as the red guy, and his name was BLITZ. BERSERKER, BULLOVA, and BLITZ. And BLITZ is fast, but he is the weakest. Sometimes I was busy trying to add life digits with more credits, and I wasn't paying attention to anything else, and I started getting stabbed or attacked. With the combo attack of 3 times in a row kicking your opponent, you will end with a jump kick. And if you're running and you press the attack button, you will jump kick, which is kind of nice. If you're waiting for the second player to decide whether they want to continue, then you'll not be able to quite leave the stage when you're prompted to, until that second player's time has run out or they decided to join in. And you saw that guy that left the stage. That is everybody's boss. And you do not actually have to face him in this game. He will be killed by one of his subordinates, and you will see that later. Excuse me. I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. I'm gonna be rooting for the Eagles. And now this guy might have been an inspiration to Brocken from World Heroes, which came out I think a couple years later. Because he looks a lot like him, and he has the same cybernetic moves that this guy has. He's even got a Lee Brothers hurricane kick, like in Double Dragon 2, which was created by Technos a couple years prior to this game. Yeah, it's generally a good rule of thumb to try to stick to that move with the bosses. Just move up and down, attack before the enemy reaches your plane. And if they have a weapon, try to use the punches to eventually knock it out of their hands.
Yeah, this guy can shoot you from far away. He can also stab you with a big old knife if you get too close and grab him. Though there are definitely some strategies you can use to make your character survive longer. This was still widely considered a quarter muncher. Players having to repeatedly put in coins to increase their life digits. This guy has a rocket pack to make him fly over you or do a flying jump kick or whatever. And there I beat him. And now we go to the final act, Act 6, and it is a boss rush to start off. You will face all the bosses that you faced previously, and there's the boss of all the bad guys in the game. And we're going to start with the biker gang and the boss with the 2x4. I do like this guy's jump kick capability. And if he does a combo attack that ends with a jump kick, he can kind of clear a little crowd of enemies in front of him, which is pretty nice. The bosses are much weaker than they were initially earlier in the game this time around. This boss, the burly guy with the 2x4, or had a 2x4, if you try to kick him when he's down, after you knock him down, he'll usually, if he's strong enough, he'll crawl away, and it's kind of funny to see. Yeah, this guy definitely makes me think of Karnov. Karnov was created by Data East, not Technos. He spreads his arm out wide like he's gonna hug you, but he doesn't do anything. Here's that rat bastard sledgehammer guy. I really hate this guy. Yeah, he's super fast with his sledgehammer, and he doesn't drop it. That really kind of sucks. And here's the Native American Indian again. Again, try to disarm him. Take out that tomahawk if you can. He seems to want to keep you at a little bit of a length far away, trying to keep you from getting too close. He doesn't want to let me hurt him when he's down. There we go. And there's the cyborg guy. There was a Super Nintendo port. Had a number of differences. The digit life meter was replaced, I think, with a normal energy meter. Yeah, this guy's a lot like Brocken from the later World Heroes. And there he stabs you if you grab him. Yeah. Just die already. Yeah. There we go. Was able to knock him, or hit him when he was down. And now the boss gets killed by the final boss. Martha Splatterhead, that's her name. And she's a cyborg, an electric cyborg. Her attacks deal out a decent amount of damage. 10 to 15 digits. I'm not sure what kind of advice to give you. Maybe only one kick at her as she approaches your plane, and then move away because she's going to do some sort of electrical kick at you or a punch. I think according to the Super Nintendo version, your fighters are all cyborgs, and she was a member of your party at one point and she turned bad. I don't think that they're supposed to be cyborgs in the arcade game, or your guys aren't. See, I'm starting to hurt her a little bit. She's very acrobatic. But yeah, her name is Martha Splatterhead. And there I beat her. Good music. Great sound effects in this game. I just love the brutal nature of this game. But that is the end of the Combatribes. Yeah, I think I first might have seen this at a nickel arcade, and then I started seeing this everywhere. I probably saw this other places before that, but I just fell in love with it. It's just a great, brutal, nasty beat 'em up. There isn't a whole lot of blood. There's definitely some, though. Love that you get to smash an enemy's face into the ground. You get to smash a couple of enemies' faces together. You gotta grab enemies by the legs and swing them around into other enemies. Just so cool. But that is the Combatribes, and again, I think you can only play 2 players simultaneous play, but you can choose from the 3 different characters. BERSERKER clad in blue, who is a balanced fighter. BULLOVA, who is clad in yellow and is strong but slow. And BLITZ, who is red and is fast but is the weakest. And yeah, if you use the strongest character, BULLOVA, and pick up an enemy by their legs to swing them around, you swing them around real fast. So you can definitely see the difference in strength. But that is the Combatribes. We will also see, if you play against Martha Splatterhead and you have a couple players, then there will be an extra Martha Splatterhead for the other player to fight. See? There's 2 of them. But that is the Combatribes, created by Technos Japan Corporation, and also credited to American Technos Incorporated. Well, this is Crazy Climber 86. Thanks for watching the Combatribes, game number 2 in our 20 from 1990 series. I thank you for watching, and I hope you join me soon for the final game, game number 1. Y'all take it easy, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.